So what's up car family, the car scoop family? We are very lucky today to go hapa Isuzu East Africa Motors, and I'm lucky to have this guy over here with some nice aviator shades over here. He's the communication manager at Isuzu East Africa. He's called Duncan Muhindi. Welcome bro, how are you doing?
Thank you, Kevin. My name is Duncan Muhindi, as you said. I'm doing well today, and thank you for coming to visit.
Nice to meet you today. It's been a great day. I know Isuzu are launching something, and we're here to have a look at this new car. People have been calling it Isuzu MUX. Some call it Isuzu MUX. What's the real name of this car behind us?
So the real name of this car is an Isuzu MUX. So the MUX stands for Multi-Utility Experience, meaning that you can use this vehicle to meet all your lifestyle needs on the road, urban roads, lifestyle, and off-road experiences. This car is very well equipped to handle all kinds of terrains, and it's very powerfully built, as you can see.
I've seen it quite recently on the roads and especially with a few of the government institutions. When was it launched in Kenya, or when did it come to the market?
So the MUX, Isuzu MUX, came into the market in the year 2018. Before that, we had another SUV under the General Motors label. That was the Chevrolet Trailblazer. But once we transitioned to become Isuzu East Africa, we also adopted the entire range of Isuzu products, which included the Isuzu MUX as our SUV variant. And it was received in the market with a lot of excitement because of its capabilities and its comfort levels. And I can report that it's been doing very well over the last 5 or so years. So that was the first model, the 2018 model. So what you're looking at here today is actually the 2021 model, which you are now launching officially this year into this market.
Fantastic. How would the Isuzu MUX compare to the competition? Obviously, for obvious reasons, I don't want to mention the competition, but how does it compare, and what makes it stand out from the competition?
So in terms of the segment where this SUV operates in, first it's a 7-seater, family car, lifestyle car, adventure car. So in its segment, it's doing very well. So what we've seen is that in the last 2-3 years, where it started off as a challenger to the segment leader, which was the Toyota Fortuner, at the end of last year it caught up and actually overtook in terms of sales and in terms of preferability. So you're seeing government institutions, you're seeing parastatals, you're seeing county government actually coming to buy this vehicle. Not only because of its capabilities, but also because of its very competitive pricing. So even the pricing model is very competitive, very attractive to these organizations and institutions that also want value for money. So that's what this car delivers, value for money.
How does it compare to its cousin, its famous cousin, the Isuzu DMax?
The Isuzu DMax, as you well know, is actually a pickup. It's a double cabin, and also we have single cabin variants. We can say that this is an SUV. So it's a different kind of model. It's more family-oriented, lifestyle-oriented. So the double cabin, of course, comes with a carrier at the back, where you can also carry your cargo and all that.
For adventure guys.
Also for adventure.
And even work.
And also work. So it's also seen as a workhorse. But if you look at our latest DMax also, we've done some radical facelifts on it in terms of its interior trims. It has changed radically. It's more of a lifestyle vehicle now, where you can not only carry your family, but still retains its cargo space. Where if you go to your farm or to the countryside, you can still put your sack of maize behind and comfortably bring it back home.
You mentioned it's a family car. How many people does it seat?
It can seat 7 people comfortably because it's got 3 rows. So you've got the 2 at the front, the 3 in the middle, and then 2 behind, very comfortably. Yeah.
Probably with the 7 seats all being in use. How big is the boot space, maybe?
The boot space at that point will be a bit narrow, but you can put in a few bags, yeah, in case you're not doing some heavy travel. Yeah. So
Fantastic. So
where you want to go.
if you want to hit the road, maybe drive down to Watamu with your family, this is the car maybe to use. But being an SUV, it's definitely a good car for off-road.
Oh yes, it is. If you look at the clearance, if you look at it's got at least 21 centimeters, 210 millimeters off the ground. This is actually the best clearance in its segment. And if you look at its drivability at the front, it's very rare that it will actually touch the ground, no matter how steep the terrain. Even in rocky terrains. Last Saturday when we took it through the paces at the Nairobi National Park, we were sending up some very steep hills with very rocky material, and there's nowhere where this car touched the ground. So the clearance is fantastic. It's best in its segment clearance. Yeah, at 210 millimeters.
And in what does it come in one trim, or does it have different versions? Maybe a premium, a luxury, a manual, an automatic, or how does it come like to the Kenyan market?
So at a basic level, all our MUXs are automatic. All right. So the previous model was 2.5 liter diesel engine. So this time around we have two variants: a 1.9 liter engine, diesel, and a 3.0 liter engine. So what's happening now is that as we go into Euro 4 kind of diesel engines and what we are calling blue power here at Isuzu East Africa, you have smaller engines but much more powerful in terms of startability, in terms of the torque. So this vehicle comes in those two variants, and of course priced differently. So if you're the guy who wants that heavy engine that is going to hit that road and compete with all the big boys on the road, then you go for the 3.0 liter. But if you're more of a town running guy and you still want your comfort, you want your good startability, go for the 1.9 liter. So what happens is that both engines, the fuel economy is top notch. Yeah, of course with the 1.9 liter, you get more kilometers per liter. Perhaps even we've done some tests where we're even getting up to 16 kilometers per liter diesel. And you can imagine in these tough times, when fuel costs are shooting up every day, it's extremely economical. You can do your road trip, all the way to Nanyuki, perhaps all the way to Nakuru, Mombasa, and it will be value for money. Yeah.
Nice. Then can you mention something called Blue Tech, and you have that at Isuzu for just the driver out there, the motorist out there who doesn't know the meaning of Blue Tech? Can you just try elaborate so that wakue in the picture?
Actually, it's Blue Power technology. So Blue Power technology is what we're calling our new Euro 4 compliant engines. So government has come up with policies to move diesel, petrol engines to more environmental friendly engines. And Isuzu East Africa is at the forefront of complying with this policy move. Now we're talking about green energy, we're talking about being environmental friendly, and we are calling our engines Blue Power because of their compliance levels. So we are tuning them to the Euro 4 fuel standards, which is it ensures less carbon emissions. It's more cleaner for the environment compared to the Euro 2, which is where majority of vehicles have been sold in this country. So gradually we are moving to higher Euro standards, even as the infrastructure also changes gradually over time. So that's what we mean by Blue Power technology.
Oh, nice. Just something interesting out of the Isuzu MUX. As Isuzu, how soon are you looking into moving the Isuzu brands probably into the EV, electric vehicle segment, or you still doing some research and development?
So there's a lot of study going on in that area. There's been a lot of developments in the marketplace and even at global level. So it's a gradual process. We definitely see the shifts and the trends happening in the course of this decade. We still have some ways to go as a country in terms of addressing the charging infrastructure, in terms of just addressing the entire support system, including even batteries for long distance vehicles. Most of our vehicles are trucks, long distance trucks, and you need very strong, powerful batteries that can hold that power. So there's still a long way in terms of the technology changing, where we have batteries that can require less charging along the way. So there's still some ways to go, but there's been a lot of development, a lot of conversation going on in the market. And where we are at Isuzu, we are ready for all these changes. We are tracking them. We're doing a lot of studies, a lot of collaborations, even at global level. And when the time comes for us to transition, we'll definitely transition to that new era of EVs. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. I know this was just a very brief conversation to talk about the MUX, but you're going to do a comprehensive review of the car very soon, so keep it here. Duncan, just as we finalize, can you just let the viewer know how much probably would this car in both trims come, probably the price, so that one who wants to walk into Isuzu East Africa and walk out with the machine can drop by and see what it offers?
So this vehicle, we are yet to launch it officially. But once we do, we're going to tie down the pricing. For the 1.9 liter, we are looking at approximately 8 million Kenya shillings. And for the 3.0 liter, at approximately 8 million shillings. But of course, you'll get the final pricing once you contact our dealerships and our salespeople. They'll be able to give you, including all the VATs and all other additional charges, if at all.
8 million shillings for a zero mileage car. What a deal, what a deal. So thank you very much, Duncan. I know we are going to bring up the comprehensive review of the car once it's launched very soon. And keep it Car Scoop. I've been with Duncan himself at Isuzu East Africa. Until next time, see you again.